Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happened. I've never had one before, but I finally found one. I have, for the first time ever, found my first guilty pleasure video game. Now, everyone has their guilty pleasures, whether it be food, movies, books, or of course video games, but I have very few. And I've never had a real guilty pleasure video game. I've always had games that I like and I love. And for the most part, are quality video games where I can say, not only do I like this game and I approve of this game, but it's also a good quality product. I can't say the same for this video game, however. This game being Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. The game is, in all honesty, not that good, but I still have fun playing it. And there's a lot of things about it that I really like, but there's also a lot of things about it that I fucking despise. So let's talk about this video game for a moment. Let's talk about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Let's get the bad out of the way. The graphics are horribly outdated even when this game was released. Back in 2012, we're talking a lot of muddy textures and not the most well-detailed of environments. And some of the special effects, while not all of them, some of them are just incredibly lazy looking, like zero effort was put into them, like the frag grenades. Frag grenades don't even really explode, they just blow out a puff of smoke. It's kinda pathetic. When it comes to the gameplay, this is a third-person shooter, and one of the most important parts, if not the most important part, to a shooter are the weapons, are the guns, how they feel, are they satisfying? Do they look good? Do they sound good? Oh, that's not the case in this game. No. While there are a select few weapons that are actually fun to use, for the most part, a majority of the weapons just suck. They feel bad or almost non-existent. The assault rifles, SMGs, and shotguns, the shotguns at times feel like BB guns, like you have no real damage or impact or weight to them. And the gun sounds are awful. They're so bad. The gun sounds are just bad. They sound so stock and generic with no power or real presence behind them. The weapons, the guns, something that is so important to any shooter, most of them just fall flat in this game. And then we have the difficulty spikes. Oh my god, the difficulty spikes. How is it that the generic military soldiers do more damage with their guns than the super powerful zombie mutants with their melee attacks? You would think these crazy zombie mutations would deal way more damage than these generic military soldiers. No, they're the most dangerous enemy in the game. They deal the most damage and can deal it from the longest range. And they have ridiculous pinpoint accuracy. So yeah, with all these things you just heard, the outdated graphics, the sucky weapons, the difficulty spikes, you would think I would hate this game. And while I will humbly admit that this is not a good game, I can't honestly tell you that Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City is a good game. I can't honestly tell you that it's a good game. I can't tell you in any and all honesty that it's a good game. But I would also be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I still had fun playing it, and that there are certain things about it that I really like about the game. There are things about it that make me want to play it, and will have me continuing to play it, even though all these other aspects of the game are downright crap. So let me tell you about the things I like about the game, the things I think the game gets right. First off, the premise. I love the premise, I love the setting, I love the idea of this game, where you're playing as elite, secret Spec Ops operatives working for the infamous evil Umbrella Corporation of the Resident Evil franchise. And your objective is to eliminate evidence linking them to this original big infection, this big incident in the Resident Evil franchise and its story. You're playing as the bad guys, you're playing as the cleanup crew that usually you're fighting as the protagonist in all these other games. You're playing as the bad guys. And I love video games that have you play as the villains, and I love, god damn it, yeah, I'll say I love the setting and premise of this game. I love the idea as actually playing as the cleanup crew, as these secret Spec Ops operatives working for this evil corporation, sent in to destroy evidence. Like, how many games have you played as that kind of bad guy in this sort of premise and setting. I love that. Speaking of which, the actual playable characters themselves, I love these characters. One, they look so badass. Their designs, oh my god, the designs for these characters are awesome. They all look so badass. I can't help it. I have a gas mask fetish. I love gas masks. All these characters wear different types of gas masks and have these badass black leather military uniforms. I can't help it. I can't help it. I love the designs of these characters. And the characters themselves are wonderfully evil. They're such despicable characters. And a really cool thing about this game is depending on which characters you select, how you build your squad, which characters you select for your squad, it changes and affects the gameplay and the cutscenes. As different characters will talk and retort and say something different, respond differently, and have different things to say in the cutscenes. I genuinely want to replay these missions even though they're frustrating as hell and have some frustrating difficulty spikes. I want to replay these missions to see all the differences in the cutscenes depending on which characters I bring. And adding even further to that, each one of these characters has unique abilities that have them playing somewhat different from one another. For instance, the character Beltway has abilities that focus on explosives, while the character Vector has abilities that focus on stealth. And the character Four Eyes has this really awesome ability where she has this dart gun, where depending on which ability type you select, can turn an enemy soldier into a zombie, or take control of a powerful zombie mutant and turn it onto your side. These different abilities that the characters have are actually really cool and fun to play around with. And this being a Resident Evil game, there are some genuinely really cool and somewhat fun and challenging enemies to fight, like lickers, hunters, tyrants, and of course just massacring hordes of zombies. Never before have I played a video game that has such obvious glaring flaws, and I should hate the game for these obvious glaring flaws, yet there are these other aspects about the game that just have me genuinely enjoying it, even though I'm not entirely enjoying myself. It's this love, hate, fun, / frustrating experience that I've never had before with a video game. I usually either really like a game, or just like it, or maybe have no interest in the game. Maybe the game's just not for me. I've never had a game that was a guilty pleasure, where I felt bad, like I shouldn't be playing this isn't that good, but I'm still having fun playing it because of this and this. This is a unique experience for me. This is a one-of-a-kind experience that I don't know if I'll ever have again. I kinda hope I'll have it again. I want more guilty pleasure video games, kinda. Cause it's nice, it's refreshing to have mixed feelings on a game. It's refreshing and interesting to have this conflict of interest, to have these things you genuinely really hate about the game, but these things you also really like. And it's also very fascinating to play a game that you know it's not that good. It's not that good a game, but you're still enjoying it even though you're hating it. Just, such a unique experience to have a guilty pleasure with a video game. So yeah, that's been me talking about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and that's been a video. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below. I love reading comments. I get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment and let me know what are some of your guilty pleasure video games. If you like the video in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button. The like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. If you want to help out the video and support the channel, then please share this video on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to support me and help me out directly, then consider pledging and becoming a patron on my Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I will see you all later.